Hello listeners around the world and welcome to another scintillating edition of your Daily News Magazine program, Sunday Extra. From the stable of OSBC Radio 104.5 FM, Voice of the West Nigeria. Second of the month of July. It gladdens my heart to have you again this week, hoping that I meet you hale and hearty. I am Olushayo Babatunde. I am here with stories from hard and soft news to spice up your evening. As a means of moral boosting, President Bola Tinubu over the weekend visited the Nigerian contingent stationed in Guinea-Bissau under the ECOWAS Stabilization Force. He is currently in Bissau, the country's capital, for the 63rd Ordinary Session of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of the Economic Community of West African States. List of nominees of Governor Ademola Adeleke for the positions of Commissioners of Government of Osun State, the Speaker, Honorable Adewale Egbejo, has directed the said nominees to appear for screening exercise before the Honorable House. Mr. Emmanuel Ejikeme, the father of Mr. Ejikeme, the 2023 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination UTME candidate who falsified her results, has publicly expressed his apology to JAMB and Nigerians now that his daughter has confessed to have lied to him and he knows the truth, saying he wishes that JAMB could pardon his daughter. In the UN Children's Fund, UNICEF says 67 million children globally have missed out entirely or partially on routine immunization from 2019 to 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, noting in a State of the World Children 2023 report that vaccination coverage dropped sharply during the COVID-19 pandemic, leaving millions more children unprotected against some of childhood's most serious diseases. This is Sunday Extra, reaching you live from the broadcasting village of OSBC, Voice of the West Nigeria. And chiefly, before everything else, let's have the main gist of the whole package. Imisoma's father begs JAMB to pardon daughter following confession of forged results. Court sends 6 internet fraudsters to jail in Makode. And Sunday Extra reviews the staff auditing in determining the number of social workers. President Bola Tinubu has arrived Bissau, the capital of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau, for the 63rd Ordinary Session of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. This followed his recent participation at the summit on a new global financing pact in Paris, France, hosted by President Emmanuel Macron. A statement issued by Dele Alaki, the Special Advisor, Special Duties, Communications and Strategy, said the President used the opportunity of the ECOWAS Summit to visit the Nigerian contingent stationed in the country under the ECOWAS Stabilization Force. President Tinubu expressed his appreciation and gratitude to the soldiers and their commander, General Al-Hassan Grima, for their dedication and service to Nigeria and their host country, adding that Nigeria will continue to support democracy in West Africa and around the world. Brigadier General Grima expressed the appreciation of the troops to President Tinubu for being the first commander-in-chief in Nigeria's history to visit his soldiers outside the shore of the country. The 63rd Ordinary Session Summit, which opens today, will be the first international engagement of the President within the African continent since he assumed office on May 29, 2023. Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke is committed to the welfare, empowerment and development of youths in the state with a view to improving their well-being. The Chairman, Governors Youth Advocacy Council, Mr. Adikunle Ademola Shadipe, said that these were featuring on the Mole Ayo, a sensitization program which promotes the activities of Governor Ademola Adeleke's administration on OSBC radio and television channels. Describing the present administration of the state as youth-friendly, the Chairman, Youth Advisory Council, noted that Governor Adeleke has put in place various programs and initiatives to showcase and develop the talents of Osun youth, as well as give them access to adequate and qualitative education. Mr. Ademola Sadiq added that the governor intends to empower all categories of youth in the state so as to make them self-reliant. According to him, the state is blessed with intelligent youth who are ready to use their talents for the betterment of Osun State in the areas of agriculture, sports, and technology, among others. Mr. Ademola Sadiq, however, charged the youth to eschew violence to be useful adults in the society. Enugu State Governor Mr. Peter Mba has said his administration is considering the option of dragging the breakaway leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Simon Ekpa, and all the instigators of the illegal sit-at-home order in the state before the International Criminal Court in The Hague, Netherlands. Mr. Mba, who declared that the state was winning the war against sit-at-home reinforcers, insisted that Enugu residents will never take orders from people he described as murderers and enemies of Igbo land. The governor, who urged the people not to deceive and be deceived by those who use the name of the leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as a cover for their criminalities, noted that Mazi Kanu had since expressed his displeasure at the enforcement of the sit-at-home and consequent ravage on Igbo land. Mr. Mba said the state is also exploring the option of dragging the instigators and enforcers of violence and order in the state before the International Criminal Court in The Hague to answer to the crimes against humanity. He noted that in the 21st century, nobody should be allowed to stay in one part of the world to enjoy life while causing deaths and pains in other parts. The Governorship Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Enugu State has commenced sitting on the petition filed by Labour Party and its candidate Mr. Chijioke Edeoga against the election of Dr. Peter Mba as the governor of the state. At the resumed hearing, the petitioners presented the National Youth Service Corps as its first witness in defense of their petition. Mr. Edeoga and his party is challenging the election of Mr. Mba on the grounds that he did not secure the highest lawful votes cast in the March 18 governorship election, and that the respondents submitted a forged NYSC discharge certificate to the Independent National Electoral Commission. Justifying before the tribunal, the NYSC tendered, among other documents, including the alleged forged discharge certificate as well as the original discharge certificate which Mr. Mba ought to have collected. The Corps also tendered a letter written by Omar and Partners, an Abuja-based law firm, which had asked the Corps to scrutinize the discharge certificate submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission by the governor. The petitioners, represented by Chief Adegboyega Losan, who is the lead counsel, alongside Dr. Valerie Azinge, son, Ifeanyi Udeyi Esquire, and others, let the petitioners witness 1 PW1 in evidence. The matter was adjourned till Tuesday next week for further hearing. Mr. Romanos Ejikeme, the father of Ms. Ma Ejikeme, the 2023 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination candidate who falsified her result, has publicly expressed his apology to the Joint Admission Matriculation Board, JAMB, and Nigerians. According to a video interview with journalists, he claims his daughter lied to him. Now that he knows the truth, he wishes that JAMB would pardon his daughter. Mr. Ejikeme admitted to be in the wrong after a number state government committee on a query set up to look into the controversy surrounding the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board's result found her guilty of forging her result unaided. Mr. Ma's father admitted that he didn't know where his daughter registered for the examination, but he gave her money for the registration. Ms. Oma, however, expressed her satisfaction with the process and findings of the panel's investigation via her official Twitter handle. Obi Ezekwesili firmly noted that a panel investigation report shows Ms. Oma has been given a fair hearing, and the facts from the report show that whatever consequences she gets are fit for the action of her wrongdoing. Number State Government Committee on a query set up to look into the controversy surrounding the JAMB result of Ms. Ejikeme Mesuma has indicted her of forging her result unaided. The committee revealed in an 8-page report that Mesuma admitted she forged her results using her mobile phone without any plausible motivation or help from someone else. The panel, consisting of professors and ICT experts, reviewed all evidences from JAMB, and Ms. Mesuma recommended that she tenders an unreserved written apology to JAMB, her school, Anglican Girls Secondary School, Uragu, Newe, and the Anambra State Government. Meanwhile, the Anambra State Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has directed that Mesuma Ejikeme, the female pupil who falsified her UTME result, be handed over to the State Guidance Counseling and Professor of Clinical Psychology. Professor Soludo, in a letter to Principal of Anglican Girls Secondary School, Newe, where Mesuma is a student, further directed immediate commencement of psychological counseling and therapy session for Mesuma, who admitted she manipulated the fake results she had been parading. In the letter by the Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chuma Ude, the governor said the directive followed one of the recommendations of the panel constituted to investigate the matter. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Ejibo Satellite Depot, has condemned the incessant pipeline vandalism in Lagos. It noted that pipelines of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited in Lagos are often vandalized by criminals. This is as IPMAN raised their alarm over incessant activities of pipeline vandalism at Ijimu, Alimosho Local Government Council Development Area of Lagos. IPMAN Ejibo Satellite Depot Chairman Mr. Akimiade told newsmen that some vandals who were found scooping petrol on System 2B pipeline in front of Goodluck Estate, Ijimu, absconded while the security agents tried to apprehend them. According to Akimiade, IPMAN appreciated the efforts of security agencies in apprehending the culprits. He maintained that the vandals absconded while all their scooping equipment and the trucks were abandoned. The Police Service Commission has ordered the dismissal of 3 senior police officers over misconduct and abuse of office. The Commission also demoted 9 other officers, including a Commissioner of Police. Additionally, the Commission also approved severe reprimand for 16 officers and reprimand for another 18. A statement by the Commission's spokesman Ikechukwu Ani said the Commission decided during its 21st plenary meeting, presided over by retired Justice Clara Bata Ogunbiyi. The Commission, however, did not disclose the names of the dismissed or sanctioned officers. The Commission during the plenary also approved the compulsory retirement of an Assistant Commissioner and directed a refund of all entitlements wrongly paid to him. A warder attached to the Kirikiri Custodial Center, Lagos State, Kayode Fatumbi, has been arrested by the police for allegedly aiding the escape of some prison inmates. Report has it that 3 men were arrested by the police for alleged robbery and kidnapping. They were subsequently arraigned before the Lagos State High Court in Ikeja. A source said 2 of the inmates escaped after the warder let them out on the pretense of taking them somewhere. After the police got information on the matter, they tracked the inmates and re-arrested them. This is when they reportedly confessed to having paid the warder 500,000 naira each. The source said the warder is now at the State Criminal Investigation Department, Yaba, and is expected to be charged tomorrow. The Makurdi Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has secured the conviction of 6 fraudsters before Justice Abdul Dogo of our Federal High Court sitting in Makurdi, Benue State. The 6 were convicted for impersonation and sentenced to various jail terms after pleading guilty to the charges preferred against them, while one of the fraudsters, Utumu, was sentenced to 2 years imprisonment with an optional fine of 1 million naira and will forfeit his iPhone and laptops to the federal government of Nigeria. Gunmen have killed 9 persons and burnt down 6 houses in Sabongere community in Mangu local government area of Plateau State. Mr. Jerry Datim, one of the leaders in the community, disclosed this via telephone to newsmen in Jos. Mr. Datim, who is the national president of the Global Society for Middle Belt Heritage, said the attack occurred Saturday night. Asked if residents had deserted the community, Mr. Datim said they had resolved to remain in the community to defend their central lands. The spokesman of the Operation Safe Haven (OPSH), Captain James Oya, a special task force, confirmed the incident. Captain Oya, who didn't confirm the number of deaths, said the commander of the operation, Major General Abdulsalam Abubakar, was leading troops to the scene of the attack. And now we move gradually to the Sunday Extra proper. Osho State government is currently conducting staff auditing to determine the number of workers on government payroll. Sunday Extra packaged by Sonia Honoré reviews noticeable observations during the verification exercise. His report.
Osho State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke flagged off staff audits across the public service last month with his biometric data being captured at the state government secretariat. The governor said it is to determine as well as validating the actual numbers of state workforce, while reassuring workers that the exercise is not to return any workers. Governor Adeleke said that the step became necessary in order to establish areas of vacancies across various sectors of the public service and authenticate the data of the state workforce. The governor maintained that his administration is committed towards filling up the existing vacancies within the education, health, and other sectors in the state. He added that the data capturing was preceded by a meeting with the state labor leadership where processes and procedures were framed up in ensuring protection and fulfillment of the interests of all stakeholders. Bank verification numbers of workers earlier required in the process was taken out following an outcry from workers and the leadership of the labor union in the state. At the Center for Black Culture and International Understanding, where the exercise is being conducted, workers from across the state